Wrapping your vehicle can be a lot, but let me tell you, setup is key. Cleaning is key. It's like painting. Everything in your prep will help so much in the long run, but you don't want to do it because you don't have the patience. I feel your pain. But I've kind of learned the best way to do it, at least thus far. I've only wrapped one entire car myself, but I've watched someone wrap my Subaru. Mike at Cactus Wraps for my boy, for teaching me the way. I watched him for like 36 hours straight, like over his shoulder, like seeing every little move. So I'm pretty confident. This is a new car today, the Focus for me. I'm a little bit nervous, but it doesn't look too bad. So let's get into it. And the teardown shouldn't be bad. Pull out the headlights, fog bezels, door handles, and then the wing, and then should be pretty much it. Let's start with the garage setup. So I got a majority of stuff moved over here. The table for my cameras. I got the Tommy Bahama chairs over there. I have the jack stands on all four corners where I'm going to pull the car in the middle. We've got our wrap right there in the box with the pole for the wall mount that I made. I'll have an info card on the screen right now. You guys can go check out how to make this wall bracket. I made a video on my second channel. We got our toolbox over here. I have nothing in the way of getting to the vinyl on the wall. And then I have pretty much everything cleaned up. I got my lights. I got my air compressor loaded with air so we can blow out the water and stuff like that. I've got our tools that we need for vinyl wrapping. I'll have links in the description. We'll go over that soon. I've got the cowling for the car off already from doing the coilover install that we did last. So I'm going to leave that off. It leaves us more room. We're going to have to take a lot of stuff off the car anyways. And then we're about to get ready to clean the car. Power washer. We've got a foam cannon. I have a smidge of degreaser in here because we want to get everything off this paint. And we did use a spray wax with ceramic in it, so we need to make sure we get all that off. I'm going to scrub it off. We have our gun for that, and then we have a bucket with some shampoo from Superior Image in there with water ready to go. So first step, I'm going to spray it off with water, do the foam with a little bit of degreaser in it, and then wipe it down with some soapy water. Get every nook and cranny as close as I can, and then we'll pull it in, start tearing stuff out and blow all the water out of it, and then we'll go over it with isopropyl alcohol. But the car's in pretty good shape. I'm not going to clay bar it. We just did the paint correction. Everything's good to go. So let's get started. Taking all this apart, you're kind of like, wow, how am I ever going to put this all back together in one piece? Well, organization is key. If you take the time to put everything in a place and organize it all, it's really not that bad. It's kind of like Legos. Okay, so we got 70% isopropyl alcohol. You can grab from Walgreens, get a clean bottle, empty it in. We're going to spray it on the paint to clean it before we wrap it. Spray bottle, check. Pro Bond, you don't absolutely need this, but it's something that you can put around the edges of the body panels to make sure it sticks. This is 3M Knifeless Tape. It's something that I've learned to use in the wrapping video you'll be seeing soon. It's kind of new to me, but I made sure to get some. This is a vinyl wrapping kit. One of 2 kits that I got. Got a little vinyl cutter, your squeegee, and some blades, and then it comes with a knife as well. Just so you know, look at the angle on these blades and then them versus these blades. So that you want the blades that are about a 45-degree angle like what you're looking at, and then you take the edge of that knife off and you can snap it off because you're always wanting a new sharp edge of the knife, and that's how that system works. Then you have these 3 little guys right here to push vinyl in edges and tuck. You also come with 2 gloves. This is the second vinyl kit that I ordered just to check out the 2 types. It comes with another pieces of felt, for your squeegee, and it's all ready to go. We got magnets, we got a plastic scraper with plastic razor blades. These things are awesome. I love plastic razor blades. On that knife that comes with that second package is not very good. We got a heat gun that you just saw. Now we're gonna open the box. Can't see the color yet. We're gonna go ahead and put it on the wall mount that I made, which is a info card on the screen right now, to a video where I made this. It's on my second channel, Cameron Alford 2. If you're new here, I do little videos like that, so I teach you how to build that. So let's go ahead and take off the wing and start disassembling the rest of the car. Most of this car is a T25, T20, or T30, and then some random little screws and stuff like that, so nothing too intimidating. These taillights are really simple. There's plastic screws on the inside, but then on the edge right here, you'll see in a sec, there's a little tab that just snaps in, and you just kind of got to pull it off. You can open the gas tank cap and pull it out, but there you see it right there. Pretty simple, straightforward. When you go to take this apart, it is not bad at all. Go ahead and remove our mud flaps. Don't need those anymore. I'm not sure if I want to put them back on. I really want to know your opinion when you see this car done later this week. Do you think I should put these back on? I definitely think it makes the car look lower, but the way we have the car looking when you're going to see it here soon is it's a very clean and simple, and I don't want to ruin it. So I'm curious. Let me know looking forward when you get to that part. Removing our headlights. We've done that before. We removed the grill. Now we're going to remove the door handles with the T25, I believe, Torx. And then this has a cable in it. That little clip on the left side of the clip, you kind of have to pry it out. Really weird setup, but that's for the door lock. When you touch it, it unlocks automatically when the key is near the car. Now we're going to move the rear. Super simple. I'll make some more detailed videos on how to do each one of these individuals removals on my second channel, Cameron Alford 2, because this is a lot. We're going to take some floss and heat this emblem up and then get some goo on and remove it. This has 2 10mm bolts in the back of it, the Ford emblem on the front. Now the one on the back does not. I found out the hard way on the back that it does not. I removed all the panels and I didn't need to. Go ahead and remove the felt underneath the hood. That is for insulation and sound dampening. This isn't too bad. Some plastic clips, pretty straightforward. Now you got your sprayers that come out the hood, and the way these come out is you press them like up and in, and you'll see this movement right here of how I push them out. It's not intimidating at all. I was a little worried about it before I got into it, but it's really not that bad. Gonna go ahead and remove the front bumper, pull out the bolts on the side. They're all Torx bolts that hold the front bumper on around the lower section of the car where you don't see, and then the top is some plastic clips and such like that. It's really not that bad. It looks like it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience. Don't yank on anything, just see where the tension is and pull it off. We'll do another video down the road on the second channel as well on how to remove that bumper. Now these are gonna go ahead and pry them off very carefully. Plastic is brittle. Be careful with those fog bezels they are called. Now I'm gonna blow this out with air a little bit because I'm getting ready to wrap apart a fender tonight. But this is the next day. I had to figure out, I had to pull out apart some pieces of the roof to get the antenna off the roof. So we had to pull out some pillars and all this unnecessary stuff. I don't know, you might be able to get in there, but I really didn't want to crease the headliner. So I went and redid that. I went and undid that 10mm bolt and this power cable you saw. So that goes to the radio, and we're gonna go ahead and pull this out of there, and we're good to go. Now the handles have little covers on them. You pull those covers off, and then you get up in there to, I think, like a 7mm bolt. I can't remember. And then go ahead and heat this guy up right here. And we're gonna pull the emblem off, and then Logan, who you'll meet soon, is gonna use some stuff to get the adhesive off. Logan's holding some air freshener in his hand, and I was like, "Yo, what's that? What's going on?"
Okay. So citrus removes everything basically, right? Okay, go to Home Depot, pick yourself up some pure citrus. Okay, 2 uses. Take off the adhesive. You gotta go poop. Got another use. You're chilling.
And we're talking about adhesive on the emblems and stuff like that. ST one I got off. There's probably a little more we could get off. Stuff like that. Nice hack. Where'd you find that out?
Home Depot. Oh, I found it over when I was on a job with a subcontractor, and I was like, "What are you using?" He's like, pure citrus. I was
Wow.
like, okay, awesome.
I'll be formally introducing you to Logan in the next video, but this is the night prior when I wanted to test a fender. Go ahead and cleaned it out and put some Pro Bond on because I just wasn't sure, I wasn't confident, but Logan changed my mind on using Pro Bond. So we're gonna go ahead and pull a piece of vinyl. I went and measured the fender as far as the depth of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut a sheet off with that red, it's called a zippy, is what Logan calls it. We're gonna go ahead and slice a piece off. We're gonna save every piece of vinyl that we can. I went and cut the shape out of the wheel well a little bit. I'm gonna use the magnets as like a friend, to helping hand, and then pull this piece on. We're gonna tack it down right there and pull this back. Now the gloss, I was a little worried. It scratches kind of when you squeegee it, and you want to keep your squeegee wet with the alcohol or soapy water. And Logan changed my mind. He said that the all the scratches in the vinyl come out in the sun, and the car is wrapped right now as we speak, as I'm editing this, and all the little scratches that I thought were permanent did come out once it sat in the sun and you put some heat to it. The gloss vinyl is not actually as bad as I thought, but it was a little different applying it. It's the satin 3M that we did on the Z was like very straightforward. This is a little more meticulous, but the air release in the Avery is actually extremely impressive, and Logan brought all these realities to my attention in the upcoming videos, so you guys will see that whole process. Now this was a completely rushed process. We did it in like 2 days. We started at 1 p.m. and worked till about 3 a.m. 2 days in a row. So 2 days in a row, 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. 2 of us on the car at the same exact time. We got it done just to make it in time for the car show. So yeah, pretty wild experience, but got that fender done right there. I was pretty stoked. It didn't come out bad, and we've been working on my corners and stuff like that. Karma Speed, the brand, and myself are all about building confidence in the garage. So if you're new here and you like learning about cars, you've come to the right spot. You've found the right community. We're going to learn everything we want to know about specific sports car models before we get them, to after owning them, putting them in the garage, DIY modifying them ourselves. The Ford platform is great. We have a couple more cars coming for next year. I'm really excited for 2020, but you don't want to miss out on this one because the Ford platforms are very similar. They use a lot of the same bolts and things like that. So the more you learn here, the more you'll know for the next one, and it'll be easy to follow, so you can go out and get one of these cars yourselves and start working on it with no problem. The playlist for the Focus is on the screen now. Make sure you click that to find all of the parts for the Focus. If not, go to the channel, hit playlist, find the Building a Ford Focus ST, get caught up, and you'll learn everything about this car, because when it's done, it's gonna be so rad. You're gonna want to know everything about it.